In some places, you can tell what time of year it is by which flowers are in bloom. In Yokohama, it's which boats you see passing through the harbor. We have a great view of the boats from my house on Poppy Hill. It seems the whole country is eager to get rid of the old and make way for the new. But some of us aren't so ready to let go of the past.
I was very disappointed in this movie. There was no heroin or drug deals going on at all. That's what Poppy is, right? Right?
It's a flower. But...
Oh, alright. My myths about Poppy bagels have completely ruined me to it. But anyway, this has nothing to do with any of the things I just mentioned, folks. This is from Up on Poppy Hill. It is the latest movie from Studio Ghibli. It is not directed or written by Hayao Miyazaki. It's one of the few ones recently to... he's starting to get out of the game, but this one was actually directed by his son, which the last movie that he did was, what was it called? Into Earthsea?
Is, like Tales of Earthsea.
Tales of Earthsea, okay. And let's just say, hopefully this is a good one, because I didn't see Tales from Earthsea, and I didn't see it for a reason. It's the lowest rated Studio Ghibli film out there, which, you know, that could be like something that people are just like, it's okay. No, that movie was universally like, what the fuck is this? Like, people hated that movie. It's like one of the biggest stains on Studio Ghibli's career. So I'm glad they got a second chance. Because, I'm going to say it right now, I like this movie. He redeemed himself with this one.
Yes.
Not fully. It's not like we're going, alright, get out of the way, Hayao, your son's taking over now. No, it's... But still, it's like, if Hayao doesn't make another film, they have to hand it over to this guy. I am feeling comfortable with it. Let's go ahead and just explain what the plot of this is. There's a school in... What was the time period of this one?
It's like 1960s Japan.
1960s, yeah. 1960s Japan. There's a school in which the activities club... what is it called? Like, the after-schools clubs are all set... Like, the after-school clubs are all set in one building, one dormitory, and that door is going to be shut down. And so the kids in that dormitory are going to fight to try and get it's a Save the Rec Center film, basically.
With a love story.
It is Studio Ghibli's version of Breakin' 2, basically. It is the Save the Rec Center version of a Studio Ghibli film. But we are actually following the main character who is, and I'm terrible with names, but her name is Yumi. I'm going to pretend like I don't have all the names written down in front of me. Yumi, who in the English dub is played by Sarah Bolger, and she is a girl who lives out on the coast. She attends this school, and her father was in the war, and his ship went down, and ever since then, the Korean War, by the way, we're not ruined for the child of a Nazi sympathizer. Okay, let's just point that out there now. But her father's ship went down in the Korean War, and ever since then, she has been putting up her father's flag every single morning for someone to see. And it just so happens that one of the boys at this school, Sora, that was the good boy, right?
I think so.
Yeah, anyway. Sora.
I'm bad with names, too, I'm sorry.
It was either Sora or Riku, folks. And I'm not joking about that. There's two brothers in this called Sora and Riku. But, let's see, whichever one he was. He works on a ship in the morning with his father, and he has seen these flags, and he's kind of developed a little bit of crush on her, like a little bit of a poet's crush. He has no idea who it is that's been putting the flags up, but he writes a very nice little love poem for her in the school paper, which he is the guy who runs. It's one of those deals in which no one reads the paper except for the two guys who make it. And they are the ones who are trying to help save this Rex Area, and she decides, well, you know what, I'm intrigued. Someone wrote a love poem about me, so I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to investigate this. And she starts to learn about this clubhouse, and she decides, well, you know what? I'm going to help you rally the school. I'm going to help save this. And from there, the two protagonists slowly start to fall in love with each other until a sudden revelation, which I will not say what it is, because that'd be a spoiler, but there is something that comes up that, you know, the plot thickens. There is the all is lost moment.
Their relationship starts to get complicated.
It gets very complicated and wrong. But so that's basically the plot. I over-explained it as I always do. But let's just go into it. What are some of the things that you enjoyed about this film?
I liked it. You know, it's very visually pleasing, but that's nothing out of the ordinary for Studio Ghibli.
Those big plump Studio Ghibli tears everywhere. Yeah, it definitely looks like a Ghibli film. Totally. And you're right. Like, one of the things we always point out about Ghibli films is how well they do design the worlds, and this is no exception. Because even though this is set in the real world, the moment you go into the clubhouse, that thing is amazing. Like, I didn't give a shit about the love story as soon as I saw that clubhouse. I was like, no, just stick with the clubhouse. This is gold right here. Like, every single club has its own room, or some of them don't even have rooms.
Or its own, like, nook or cranny, or like...
Yeah, like a closet space where they set up a tent in the middle of the stairway, and every single one of them looks different and unique, and like, but they still all merge together into this one thing. It's gorgeous, the design of the club room in here. But even beyond that, everything looks beautiful in this. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I really like the characters as well. The character of Yumi, you know, at first I didn't really get much of a feel for her, but she definitely is a very likable character, a character you can root for. The more you learn about her father and her family, the more that you really do start to cheer for her. Everybody else in here, I think, is great. You know, there's very small characters, like there's a guy who's the head of the philosophy club. In fact, he's the only member of the philosophy club, and he's a constant recurring character throughout here, and he's hilarious. One of the things I always like about the English dubs of Studio Ghibli films is that they actually do go out there and they don't do like DreamWorks where they get like just whoever's big at the moment. They actually find whoever they think is right for it. I mean, like, they get some people in here who I would not have expected at all to hear in here. You know, like when I was watching Secret World of Arrietty, and I suddenly realized, oh my god, that's Amy Poehler and Will Forte as the parents. Holy crap, that's incredible. They do the same thing in this. There's a lot of people in here who I would not have expected. Like Jamie Lee Curtis plays the mom in here. Let's see, who was the person? Bo Bridges does a great job. He's the chairman. I absolutely love the chairman's character. Who was it else that was in here? Gosh, she's on Parks and Rec. I always forget her name. Jackson, she's in that movie that you hate, about the time
Aubrey
travel.
Plaza.
Oh,
Aubrey Plaza. Yeah, alright.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, she is in here, and normally Aubrey Plaza always plays an angry person. Somebody who's, you know, just very, like, somber, doesn't, I don't care about anything, or she's incredibly angry or something. And then she plays an airhead artist, and it's like, that's what I love about Studio Ghibli's casting for these English dubs. They pick actors who never would get the chance to play this. Like, they almost specifically look to get people who have been typecast as something and go, no, let's give them another shot at something. But yeah, performances in this are great, and as you mentioned, the art direction is just gorgeous in this. Anything else that you really liked about before we get into, I guess, the negatives of the film?
It was a very warm and simple, like, it has, like, the same vibe as My Neighbor Totoro. It's not a huge, epic fantasy, it's just a very simple story, and, you know, that's not a bad thing. That's definitely not a bad thing, so don't put in the negatives.
Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not a negative. Yeah, it is totally just a charming film. It is one of their most charming, I'd say, not simply because in most of their other films, yeah, they do go to some kind of a fantasy realm in it. They do go to some kind of a fantastical element in one way or another. But this one, no, it is literally just save the rec center, and I think I like this boy, and I think he likes me too. That's it.
I also like the era it took place in. Like, in 1960s Japan, there was, like, the country was struggling between keeping with old traditions and like, you know, changing to modernizing themselves. So you can, like, really see that in the film.
That's really what the whole plot is. I mean, the reason why they want to tear down this clubhouse is because they feel like, yeah, it's old. It has been here forever. It's dusty. It looks gross. You know, it's time to tear this down and create something better. So yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that, but it is a great metaphor for the time it's set in. Really, just going into the negatives of the film, the only things that I really didn't like about it is that, as I mentioned, there is suddenly that bum, oh, the love situation won't work out for this reason. And I was just like, I don't need that. I'm just enjoying this rec center thing, and the love story is just so cute and charming. I don't need that. It's like, we already have the struggle. The struggle is, will the rec center survive, and will these two be able to become a couple through that? I didn't need suddenly we can't be together. Not to mention, I'm not going to say what they do, but it kind of feels weird and creepy, the twist that they put in there.
It is Japan, and they do weird and creepy.
Honestly, like, I was trying not to judge it at all, simply because I was going, in Japan, that's not that weird. In Japan, I'm not even sure if that would stop them. Which, by the way, people who have seen the movie are probably like, that's offensive. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. But yeah, and also, I really don't want to spoil anything, but, they build it up as this is the thing keeping them from being in a relationship, and then the way that it is all resolved at the end is literally just oh, you thought that? Oh, well, it's actually this. Done. And I was like, that's really kind of felt like a cop-out to me. Like, but I didn't really mind so much because, once again, I was like, man, I don't really need that. And also, like, leading into it, there was a little bit of one of those nice moments where, like, the whole town is rallying around together. And it's like, I always enjoy that. That always gets to me.
It's like, one of the negatives I have is, like, that they focused so much on the relationship between the two main characters that I kind of wanted to see more of the minor characters. Because, like you said, there's a very colorful cast, and, like, they all get their chance to shine, but I just kind of want them to shine a little bit more,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, every single member of the club, like, every time when you go to that clubhouse, every single club has, like, people there that, like, personify the stereotype of that club, and I love that. The moment they show up there's two people out there in a telescope for the astronomy club, and, like, they don't even look up from the telescope to give them directions. I love that. Or the science club always has stuff exploding in there. It's like, I would like to see more of these guys. Like, really, the only one who we really see beyond, like, the guys running the newspaper thing is that philosophy club guy, who I do love. I did like that they put him in there a lot. But yeah, and the writing in this, it's a great, as I've mentioned, the acting is really great for the dub, but the writing is really great. The translation is done very well. Like, there's so many, like, little tiny lines thrown in there that I'm not even sure if they existed in the original, just almost like ADR lines, like, after dialogue recording lines, where, like, they almost went, we need some kind of a joke here, just, like, put something, like, it's somebody in the background whose mouth isn't even moving, it's like, just have them say something, and yeah, it works most of the time. They're not, like, laugh out loud, like, nothing in this is really, like, laugh out loud or really, like, passionate or anything. It's really just a feel-good movie.
It's a calm, soothing, happy movie.
Exactly. Like, it is not one of those, like, it's one of those things that's, like, it's a good afternoon, you want something to just make yourself feel really good, but not, like, you don't need picking up or anything. You're just kind of like, I'm in a good mood, I want to keep that going. What's something I can watch? This is a great thing for that. So yeah, let's go into our ratings then, unless you have anything else to add in, or if you guys have any questions to ask.
I'm just wondering, since this is like a very big improvement from Tales of Earthsea, do you think Goro Miyazaki has what it takes and he just needs a little bit more time?
Hey man, I've always said everybody can start off bad and get better. I mean, I don't really judge anybody on their first thing. I mean, Tyler Perry's first thing, I was like, all right, you know what? Let him keep trying. Let him keep seeing where he's going. He's improved more. Goro Miyazaki has improved more from his first to his second film than most of these directors, than, Michael Bay, Tyler Perry, any of these other guys have improved throughout their entire career. So, yeah, we will gladly. Zack Snyder, I'm throwing him under the bus, too. Yeah, prove it to me with Superman, you asshole. Alright. Anybody else we want to throw under the bus on this one? Actually, we're going to get into a huge disagreement if we start doing any other names. Alright, so never mind. But yeah, I'll just go into my reign. I was really going between high 3 and low 4, but I'm going to come in at a low 4 in the end, because it's, it's nothing really big. It's not like I really have that many problems with it. Even the problems I listed weren't that big to me. It's just more like, this film never reaches, like, any real high points simply because it's not really trying to. It wants to just be a kind of a, oh, this is nice kind of movie. And it is. So yeah, low 4 low 4 stars.
I guess I'd give it a B+.
We're going with stars now.
I don't know how to do stars. What, like 3.5 or something?
Michelle
Is
doesn't
that a
stick
B+?
to your
I don't
regimented
know.
rule structure.
That's like a high 3 then, I guess.
There are 5 numbers between 1 and 5.
You pick
of
one.
them.
You can go highs or lows, too. Just say it in terms of that.
I don't know. I give up on this rating system thing.